So there I was working on the vocal rig. Right, the Tascam TA1VP, the Digitech Vocalist Pro, and then for effects, the SPX90 and the MPX200. And it's fun. That's why we get cheap digital and cheap analog gear, so we can have fun with it and not worry about it. So when someone robs our entire freaking rack from the concert, we say, oh, well, that's only like, I don't know, $700 of stuff. It's not the end of the world. And if it breaks, so what? But here's the thing. Lugging this crap around is a pain in the ass, and it is heavy. That's the facts. And the more stuff you feel like you want to start bringing around, the heavier your show gets. Now, I know I can run the vocal rig the old-fashioned way, but I do have the new MPC Live box, and you can process the vocals through there too. And I was doing it, and I was having fun, and it's cool. I will be honest, dialing in a nice, type delay is really, really easy in the digital domain. It's kind of a pain in the butt in the MPX 200. And you don't need to use MIDI. Although in fairness, automating MIDI program changes might be easier than actually automating MPC Live effects. But I digress. We need to know what the latency difference is. How much latency is this thing adding to the mix? So what do? We test. We don't go through life like an idiot. We test and find out so we know. So how are we going to test? That's the question. Easy peasy. Run our 1/4-inch mic into the back of this Vocalist Pro. That's swell. It's coming in super quiet, so I have to crank everything up in terms of gain staging. We run that through our processors. Then we take the processor output, which is this nice green cable coming out of the Vocalist Pro. We run that into a sweet JBS 4-way splitter box. Everything is still super quiet. But we go in there and then we split it out 2 ways, right? We have yellow going to the MPC. And then we got blue going straight to the mixer. So if we record straight to the mixer versus through the MPC to the mixer, that will give us an idea. And to make life easy, we just pan this stuff hard right and hard left. So we know that this single cable, right, comes back to here. That's our no MPC in the middle. And here's our MPC, where we run the yellow cable to the MPC, which is then wired back to my mixer. And those mixers, these 2 blue cables coming over here to the right. So we test, and let's run our test. Go to Ableton. Let's get recorded. And we go, where's my other channel? Boys, where's the channel? Are we muted? We're muted. Son of a gun. Huh. There we go. We're still testing, so let's do the last test. You get to hear me making animal noises. How much fun is that? Now, where were we? So these were both running, and what do our results show? Oh, there's a difference. There's a difference. It's not huge. It's not even really that noticeable, but we can see that the left channel, which is the channel that doesn't have the MPC in front of it, is in fact a bit less, has a bit less latency than the other one. How much? It looks like about, I don't know. It ain't much. Let's zoom in and find out for sure. It's basically from here to there, which I would call, what, 260? So it's like about 40 milliseconds, right? From 260 milliseconds to 300 milliseconds, 40 milliseconds. Can you deal with 40 milliseconds to have in-the-box delays and reverbs and stutters? It's a fair question. On a reverb, I think probably that's fine. On a delay, probably that's fine. But on a clean vocal, you might be pushing it. What do you guys think? Thanks for attending my We Test It talk.